Well, hello and welcome to the second episode of Realities May Vary with Brian Noonan, Cody Gough, and Craig Collins. I, of course, am Brian Noonan. The other two are not here, which leads to the question, why did you guys name this new show Realities May Vary? This is a fine example of why realities may vary. I am here for the program. The other boys are running late. I will allow you to decide for yourself if their reasons are valid or not. But my reality is to be here talking to you folks on time, and their reality is, hey, we're not getting paid for this. We'll be here. And I don't think that's a reality. That's really their excuse. But you know how I am. I'm going to throw a little. I'm going to throw a little at them since they're not here yet. So we are going to be joined by Craig and Cody. Both will have, Craig will have some news, I think. Cody will just have an excuse. And I hope you had a good week. If at some point tonight you hear dogs barking or lawnmowers running or motorcycles or anything like that, it's because I have to have the window open here in the broadcast bunker because, oh my gosh, it is extremely warm. If you are in the Chicago area, you know, it was in the 80s today, which is fantastic, except that tonight it could drop down into 40s. And depending on where you are on the weather map, could be whatever. It's just dropping. It's insane. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. For those of you listening, I am holding up to the camera for those who are watching the list of things I have prepared for. Because one thing that I've learned dealing with the boys is that we tend to jump around, and I like that. But I don't know if everybody else does. I don't know if everybody else is comfortable with the scattershot method of doing this show. So I usually have a list of topics, just things that I need to tell stories about. And we go from there. I don't know if the other guys do or not. You probably have guessed this. We don't really communicate a whole lot before the show. Hi, Cindy. Good to be here. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. I'm happy to be here, too. Maybe the other guys will be happy to be here. I think Cody is getting ready to join us. I see him in the on-deck circle, but who knows what he's up to. I know he's got some sort of reason for his tardiness. As I mentioned, he will tell us. And thank you, John. I kind of like the meandering nature of the show too. Brian, good evening to you as well. We thank everybody for coming and joining us. Hopefully everybody was able to find the podcast last week because, hey, Pat Francis, good comedic friend of mine from Los Angeles, California. He is the host of the, oh my goodness. Now I'm going to forget the name of Pat's podcast, and he's going to be very mad at me. It's a music podcast. I was on it once. Talked about REO Speedwagon. Why can't I remember the name of Pat's podcast? It's very popular. He's been doing it a long time. He has gigantic musical guests on there. Hi, Cody. How are you?
Gigantic? Like they're like fat?
Like, no, just very popular. Very bad names that you would know immediately offhand. You know,
like
big names.
Like REO Speedwagon?
It's the Rock Solid podcast. The Rock Solid podcast. He did not have, yes, Rock Solid. Thank you, Pat. I looked it up too. The Rocks. No, I was on just talking about REO because they're one of my favorite bands. But he's had all sorts of guests on there. If you're looking for another podcast, Rock Solid is a good one. Also, we'll plug Cody's. Oh my goodness, Cody's Curiosity Daily podcast. All right, Cody, I came on by myself because, as I mentioned to the folks, that the reason we picked the title Realities May Vary is because we all come at things for different reasons.
Yeah. And
And I told the folks that I would allow them to decide if your reason for being late was a good reason or not, or if you're just, irresponsible. I made no judgments. I didn't tell them why you were running behind. I didn't tell them why Craig was running behind, but why were you running behind?
I was very, very tired because I have a baby. According to my Fitbit, I got less than 5 hours of sleep last night because I wear my little Fitbit deal. I've been averaging around 7.5.
Why so little sleep? What's going on with this child?
Not a baby. I don't know.
Well, listen, we've all had babies.
That's fair. I have trouble falling asleep at night, but that's not as bad.
Does he stay up really late?
Nah. No. He's got a set bedtime. No, I just have a hard time falling asleep after he goes to sleep. And then he can't tell if I hear a crying baby or not. Oh, yep, you heard that.
Wow, what's he up to?
Doesn't want to go to bed, apparently. My wife leaves at like 6 for work, and then theoretically he should go to sleep and stay
Right, and then the
7 or 8.
nanny comes for a while.
Yeah, but he should sleep till 7 or 8. He's decided that doesn't work for him. Once she leaves, he's up, and that means I'm up. And since I don't fall asleep till late, that doesn't really work out. He also woke up. Well, he's been waking up a little bit more in the middle of the night. So, thank God, there's finally a breeze. My office is 400 degrees.
Mine
is it
as well.
90 today?
At one point, my car thermometer said 89. Now, according to Larry Mowry on Channel 7, we got to a high of 86. The record was 87. But I didn't turn the fan on in here because I didn't want the fan noise, but I do have the windows open. So as I told everybody, we might get some outdoor noise, some ambient sound from the broadcast bunker, which is terrifying.
We might get some rain sounds coming. It looks like it. It's getting dark outside.
Well,
I've got all my windows and door open and a fan blasting at me right now. Yeah. So
No, the rain's coming. The temperatures has dropped. Going back to real quick, Rock Solid, you were asking about big names on the Rock Solid podcast. He had Brian Johnson of AC/DC on there. And I know there's been a lot of other people. So that's another good podcast. All right. So are you staying? The baby goes to bed, even though he's screaming now, but now it's only 7 o'clock. So that's not unreasonable for a baby to be screaming. So he goes to bed. And is it
6? That's the thing. When she leaves, he used to sleep another hour.
I'm saying at night. So at night he goes to bed. So theoretically we'll be done here by 9. What are you going to do from 9 o'clock on?
Well, usually I got to like calm down for an hour or so. So
sure.
Not
a little weed.
Yo, what's with the tie-dye shirt? You're the one wearing the tie-dye shirt today.
I've always worn tie-dyed shirts.
You've never always worn tie-dye shirts.
Listen, once I was able to start buying tie-dye shirts, I wore tie-dye shirts. There was
what does that mean?
It means in my past life, Fat Brian couldn't find tie-dyed shirts. So now I have a couple tie-dye shirts. Because I always liked them.
You never went to Gen Con.
No, I understand what you're. All the comic book guys from The Simpsons probably all have tie-dye shirts.
No. What I'm saying is that the Gen Con official merchandise literally goes up to 6XL. I'm not exaggerating.
I'm sure you're not.
Yeah. So I will double check with the store, but I'm like, I've seen a lot of X's. I haven't counted. Maybe it's only 5, but yeah,
it's a lot of X's. But anyway. So yeah, I have this. This is actually one. I told you I was. I helped my mom clean out her stuff over the summer, her house. Yeah. Let's let Craig come in and he can hear the fascinating story of my tie-dye shirt as well.
Oh,
hey,
boy,
Craig, how are you?
He's gonna give me
good. How are you guys?
420th degree over here about my bedtime.
Craig's in some sort of hotel. Is it rented by the hour? What do you do? Did you kill a hooker? What happened?
It's paid for by the radio station. Thank you to WMBD. I have a new radio show on Monday on WMBD. You were saying something else though.
No, first of all, we got to settle this because I told everybody at the beginning that, and I apologize for repeating myself, friends, but I told them the reason we named this show Realities May Vary is because obviously we all have a different reality of when the show starts. And I didn't say why you or Cody were late. I just said you were a little late, and I would allow the listener to decide if your excuses were valid.
Yeah.
Cody is boo-hooing that he was sleepy because he has a baby.
Yeah.
And that was judgmental. I didn't say why you were tardy. I was allowing each of you to. Yes, I was allowing each of you to give your own example.
I bought a house today.
Congrats.
Yes, congratulations.
I did that in a record amount of time. Thank you.
I was going to say.
Carol. Yeah, thank you to Carol Rapp, who did a great job as our realtor. We bought a home in 48 hours. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Closing dates in 45 days. I hope it goes well.
Did you have to put down earnest money?
I did. I put down earnest money. I didn't even see the house. Betty saw it, told me she loved it, and I said, let's just buy that thing that you like. It's a home.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't mean to scare you. That's how we bought the house that we moved from California back to Frankfurt with.
Okay.
Debbie went and saw it, and we bought it. And I saw it for the first time after I drove all the way back from California with the dogs. and I had to get the address from Debbie, and I drove past the house. And I went, oh, okay, that's the house. And
You didn't
there
like
we
it?
were. Oh no, it was lovely, but yeah,
Okay.
I would have liked to have walked in, but that was, that whole moving process took about 2 weeks from I want to move back to I'm alone in the house on an air mattress with the 2 dogs.
Yeah. It's going to be a month and a half for us. And I did technically see the house today, but we'd already bought it. They'd already agreed to our offer. So I really don't think I could back out, but it was nice. Wow. I like the house. Betty made a good pick.
Okay. Would you honestly say if it was not?
See, here's the thing. They didn't show me the other homes that she went to go see. Oh. So I didn't have anything to compare it to. So maybe if she had brought me to the other homes, maybe I would have had to hold my tongue. But in this situation, no. I liked the house I saw. I only saw one, so I'm good there.
And you've got room for your broadcast bunker?
There's a whole basement area that's entirely already designated to me.
Nice.
I know.
Craig,
congratulations.
I'm sure you're already planning on doing this, Craig, but at this point now, don't look at any other houses, especially.
Don't look at other listings. Don't go on and go, oh, let's see what else is in that price range.
Yeah.
Don't.
Actually, we actually just covered I don't know if we haven't done it on the show yet, but we assigned a script for a story on Curiosity Daily that people are like the desire to see what might have been is like so overwhelming in people, even though it generally will bring them nothing but grief. Like it's a weird,
isn't that why online dating is so hard now? Even if you find someone that you like, you actually don't date them for real because there might be someone better on Tinder.
Probably.
Yeah. I know I've read that before.
This is not, so just do yourself a favor. If you're happy and you know it, don't torture yourself. Yeah, don't look at anything else. Because I guarantee there's going to be another house out there that you like better.
Mm-hmm.
There always
curious,
is.
Though, and I asked the realtor this, and she had a pretty good answer for it that I don't remember. But like they took our first offer. I thought this was going to be a thing. I thought there'd be back and forth. What does that mean when you throw an offer out there and someone's like, "Yep, I want that one. It's done." That means we overbid, right?
Or there's dead bodies in the basement.
Okay, or both.
It could be. Who did your realtor advise you on a price? Like they had an asking price. Let's say for example's sake, because we know you're pulling in big radio money. $1.6 million was the asking price for the house.
Right.
You bid $1.5 million.
No, we billed $1.1 million. We just wanted to go way over.
You went over. You went big. All right.
No. We were a little under the list price, but not aggressively under. And I guess the home had been on the market for a while. So
that's the key. If they were, a buddy of mine, his mom recently passed away. So they want to get rid of the house.
Yeah.
So, and if a house has been on the market for a long time, those people, who knows where they move? Maybe they're having to carry 2 mortgages. So they're like, screw it. Let's just get out from under this. And plus the good news, they probably won't go out in the shed and look till after they sign the contract. So we don't have to worry what's out there.
Yeah.
Because Pat says it might be an Indian burial ground. I don't know what's going on in Peoria.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Maybe it's where Big Al used to, bury all the dead strippers.
Big Al, possible.
Legendary strip joint in Peoria, by the way.
I walked by it today. It's very close to the
still
radio
there?
station. It's open. It's still, the guy was at 8 a.m. The guy was hammering up a sign for the Big Al Strip Club. And I'm like, you don't need to do that now, guy. You could give it a few hours before putting the advertisement up for the strip club.
Get it open fast. I'll tell you one thing about Big Al's. Best French fries in the Midwest.
I have not tried them.
Back in the day, they were known for their, one of the things they were known for was their fries.
You think I invite Betty there for French fries?
They used to give out pizza too real late at night. Depends how late you're going to stay up.
Okay. What was
Go
that,
get a little something if you're peckish.
Brian, was that their slogan? Get it open fast?
Only in the champagne room.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, this show is great.
Free fries.
That was when I had the dollar bills rolled up in my groinal region.
There
I was telling the people when I started without you two that this is a list of all the many topics that I have, because I said some people might not like the scattershot way that some that the show has been described that were just jumping around. So I have a whole list. But I like the jumping around.
I did jump us a lot last week. I had almost no. I haven't had my Adderall in about a month, so I think that's probably part of it.
Wow, you're looking to score some at the hotel? Is that what's going on, DeLorean?
You doing a big drug? Everything I can.
Big drug thing there at the hotel?
Yeah. It's a part of it.
Okay, very nice.
Well, Craig, when's your housewarming party?
I have no idea. To be honest, I said something to the real estate agent today. I was like, I've never been through this process. Is it normal that it's going this fast? And she said, absolutely not. So at least I feel good that I have whiplash. But probably in the next 45 days, I'll throw a party.
Nice.
When we sold our house in California, it was on the market for 1 day.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like, oh, okay. And I figured we had a lot of time because you know me, I don't like change. So I was looking forward to a drawn out process. A realtor called the next day. All right, it's gone. You got your asking price. I'm like, what? Huh? What? Okay. Wow. Yeah. So it does. Sometimes it goes fast. Sometimes it doesn't. I bought a number of houses because I'm, real estate baron. And because I'm the Donald Trump of this show. No, that's not true. Yeah. Because now I live in a box. Yeah.
Yeah.
But some, I think the first house we sold took a little longer. Some go really fast, so I wouldn't worry about it. And if they took your offer, if your realtor gave you a number and said this is probably good. I mean, I have been hearing in this, like they said, in this economy, it's a seller's market.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was because so many people were trying to get out of cities and get to a house so they'd have somewhere where they could go outside.
It's sort of like when you play any kind of competitive game, though, with someone, when you win so easily, you want to go back a step. I'm like, well, wait, can I take a few thousand off? And are we still good? I wanted that to be the next move. I was told legally you're not allowed to do that.
No, once they accept it, that's the offer.
Apparently. Yeah.
And you know what? You look at even if you got it for another $3,000 to $5,000 less, your mortgage payment is going to change like $1.75.
I don't care, Noonan. I like the price is right. I wanted to be closest to the number.
Well, you obviously were because they took it.
That's true.
See, that it's a Midwest thing to haggle. Did you have to haggle, Cody?
Yes.
Or did they just? Oh, did you?
Haggled for like 3 months. Are you kidding?
Wow.
Yeah, we almost didn't get the house. Their realtor was really bad. She kept saying things were like set in stone, wouldn't move. And then like a day later, she would message us and be like, oh, actually, like she would say like, oh, there's no way they're going below this price. There's no way they're going below this price. And then literally the next day she'd be like, okay, they can go down like 5,000. And we'd just be like, okay. And then like there was so much like nickel and there was so much nickel and diming and quibbling. We were like, well, we want X amount for the appliances or what? Because there's like a thing you can in the closing stuff. Craig, I don't know if you've gotten to this part in the process yet, but there is so you signed the closing documents today?
Yeah.
Like where
no,
no,
not the closing documents. I signed the buyer documents after they accepted the offer.
Okay. So he put down his earnest money and said he's going to buy it.
Okay. So I think there's the next step in this process, right? Don't you work? I think that the real estate attorneys now talk to each other and figure out the exact legalese of it. And there might be an opportunity for you to say something like, you'll have to do a home inspection, right? I'm assuming you haven't done the inspection.
That is what's next. There's a home inspection. And then my realtor just told me that after the home inspection, we have an opportunity if something comes up to negotiate those things.
And also they have to do an appraisal. And if the appraisal comes back lower than what you paid for it, that's another way to just go, hey, nah,
the finance guys don't like that, right? If we're overpaying on the house, the finance guy gets a little upset.
Yeah, they won't. You won't be able to, because if the appraisal comes back below what you're paying, I haven't had that happen, but it does happen, and then you're gonna go, nope, not gonna do it. And maybe part of the reason it went so fast, when they do the inspection, they go, oh, guess what? It's very exciting. You have a house. You also have 8 billion termites. So you are the proud owner of an infestation of insects.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because my real estate agent did tell me that she requested like every inspection, assuming that there'd be pushback, that the the owners would be like, well, no, we're not going to let you do this. And they just said yes, as written, first offer. They took it. So we are going to inspect the hell out of this home, I guess, every way that we can now.
My best guess would be they got to get rid of it because for whatever reason, you know, that it's just like
because they murdered a person in it.
Murdered a person in it.
Okay.
You know, there could be I don't know, a lot of carcasses somewhere. Could just be
the kitchen is not ideal. That's what I was told. Other people thought about it, that the kitchen has a weird like storage area that kind of takes away from the kitchen area. But Betty is very confident she can make that work, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
We turned our pantry closet into our trash and cleaning supplies. You can do weird things. Do you have a chimney or do you have a fireplace?
We do, yes.
Okay.
Cody.
Pro tip, get a separate chimney inspection. This actually matters a lot.
We actually are doing that.
Dude, you're the pro here.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, really?
At the real estate agent's suggestion, we are having a chimney inspection that is separate.
Very good. Smart.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we oh, good.
Bless you. Oh my goodness.
Oh, good.
Oh, good
Wow.
Lord. Good.
You're double vaxxed, right?
Yeah, of course. I did actually.
His microphone is not though, which is terrifying.
Oh man, so I'm gonna sneeze on it. I'll never do that. My pretty microphone. Our people, like we wanted like $500 or something for some appliances, and they were like, well, nothing's gonna break. We're like, well, I'm pretty sure things are old. They're probably gonna break. So can we get some extra money? And they were like, no. So there was some haggling that went there, and then like, the other thing is like you can ask them to do some work on the house so that they don't, have to like just give you money. So we were like, can you put like a cover over the like basement? What is it? When you've got the sump no. Outside the house, on the exterior of the house, when there's a little trough or whatever that goes to window well. Yes. Yeah. We're like, can you put some covers over the window wells or, give us some money for that? They're like, oh, sure. So they put like a piece of like plywood over it. Super like they'll do really janky repairs. I don't know. Then we move in, and a week after we moved in, the dishwasher didn't work. So we had to buy a new dishwasher, which was like a 4-month process, documented on this on this podcast. So it's whatever. That's the part where it gets hairy sometimes. But
we always had the sellers pay for one of those warranties, covers like the air conditioner, the heating, covers all the big things. Where if, because they can tell you, oh, no, we just put the furnace in 2 years ago. And you go, oh, okay. And when your inspector comes, the furnace lights up. But little do you know that in October, when it gets cold, you flip that switch, the whole house explodes. That's probably not going to happen. But we always had them pay for I don't know, maybe that's not a thing. But you could ask about the homeowner's warranty where it covers the big systems so that,
I don't know, to be honest, and I really hope that the other team's not watching. I hope that they're not a part of this podcast right now. We don't have anywhere to live. So we have a certain amount of time in this hotel brought to you by my company. Again, WMBD show starts Monday. And then we got to find somewhere to live in between when the house closes and we can take possession of it. So we're probably aggressive buyers too.
But you've already bought it. So now you've put the offer down, but now, if it sounds like they just needed to get rid of the house for whatever reason. We'll see. If something's wrong, you rent a short-term apartment,
right. Yes.
And you'll be fine. Or the view from that hotel looks lovely. Where's this hotel in Peoria?
It is. I don't know if I should tell the audience.
Well, is it out near the mall?
I'm in East Peoria.
East Peoria.
Lovely, yes, very lovely.
Across the river.
Some call it Easy Peoria.
Yeah. Gateway to
who calls it that? Who specifically?
One other human who sent me a typo in text and then said he should call it that. That's the only person that calls it that.
Okay.
Now, East Peoria used to be the only thing in East Peoria that I remember, and this has been a long time, was the Steak and Shake right across the. Took the bridge right across the river, and the Steak and Shake was right there on the river.
They built a lot of other things now. We just had Panda Express, which is over there. There's a Target. Wow. There's a bunch of things out that way. Yeah.
All right. That's very nice. Well, congratulations.
It is very nice. Yeah. It's all within walking distance too, so it's great.
That's perfect. And as you said, and we've got it right here on the screen, Monday's the big day. So are you all prepared? Yep. You got everything ready?
I have 2 guests booked, and I know I talked about this before. Gary Meyer is at 4 p.m. Cody Gough is at 5 p.m. on the show.
Oh, God,
3 to 6.
exciting.
I know.
Right.
I believe that on Tuesday at 5, you will hear from Brian Noonan as the 3rd guest to the Craig Collins Show on WMBD. But I'm really excited. We're interviewing producers, which I was a producer for so long.
Ooh.
Getting to interview people to do my old gig has been interesting.
How is that go? Where are these applicants coming from?
You know,
and are you taking resumes?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I have been shocked that some of them are not local. There's a guy out of Chicago that we'll be talking to. There's another person out of Boston that if they're a Red Sox fan, if they're a Red Sox fan, that's not going to work out.
No.
No, I'm kidding. But we'll see. I don't know. And there's been a few local candidates that we've already gotten a chance to talk to. So
holy cow,
it's been fun. I know. I know.
So are you? Oh, go ahead, Cody.
My burning question, Craig, is how many times have you told people you're about to start to be a full-time host on WMBD NBD? Because you need to say it.
No big deal.
Every time you say it, you've got to. You have to say, I'm at WMBD NBD. Just do it. I have spoken that phrase 0 times so far. I'm not sure if that'll go. I know I've failed you, Cody. So You're doing
far,
it wrong.
Been 0.
That's how you start. How is that not one of your billboards? Craig's on Craig afternoon on MBD. NBD.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come out of the break, the news break, into your segment, Cody, by saying that. I promise you that here. But that's the only time I think I'll speak it ever.
If you don't, I will.
Okay. Good to know.
or you can just tell me not to because it's your show and I'll do literally whatever you want.
Nope.
So
what's the first question you're asking these producers?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
You know, actually, I was told that I ask a tough first question. Can I get your both of your opinion on that?
Of course you do.
Yeah, because you've been there, so you know what you need, you know what to expect. So
I usually ask, what do you want to get out of this position? Before I explain to you what the position is now, I'd like a frame of reference as to what it is you're looking for from us. So could you tell us, you know, after seeing the job post and whatever, what you're looking for from this position, and maybe even, you know, in the future, as opposed to the first couple months in? And apparently that's a very hard first question. It usually comes before what's your name, which is probably part of the problem.
Oh yeah, I would introduce myself first.
Yeah, no, I have not done that often.
Wow.
But I have asked them that question first.
What the hell are you doing here? What?
This guy, what do you want from me?
What do you
Tell
want?
me what you want from me.
Yeah, that's basically it. What do you want from me?
I know.
I'd like to be the afternoon host in 6 months. Because from your first question, I see that you're not going to work out. That would be an aggressive response.
Yeah.
You would have to respect that response.
I would, and I want to change something I said a second ago. Noonan, we're not accepting resumes. So if you do apply, never mind. We've finished the process.
Listen, I'm already interviewing for the morning show producer job.
No, that guy's great. Corey's a good dude.
All right. See, no, I'm kidding. So are you looking, do you have a prototype producer in mind? Do you have is this producer is hot on your list?
What's that now?
Is hot on your list. Do they have to be hot?
No, they do not have to be. No, they don't even have to be a specific sex. They can be any kind of human there.
All right. Any kind of human. That's broad.
They do have to be a human. Yeah.
Human.
I just want someone that wants to have fun, which seems like a really cliched thing. But Noonan, you know this from bringing producers in on the air. There's producers who don't really want to be on air and a part of the show and joking around, and there's producers that do. So the number one checkbox I'm looking for is someone that wants to jump in and be silly.
Yeah, I always hated being on air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
getting you to talk was like pulling teeth. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Hence the fact that you guys do this now together all these years later. Yeah.
Because we are just we're out of options. We are completely out of options.
What else is going on in the world? What other topics do you have, Noonan?
Well, listen, I've got some personal stuff, but let's get this out of the way. Did anybody watch the Oscars the other night?
Yes.
Did you enjoy them at all?
So Glenn Close, knowing a lot about "Da Butt" and then dancing "Da Butt" while the song was playing, was genuinely funny. Outside of that moment, no, I didn't have a great time watching the Oscars.
I saw that moment, and every orifice puckered up on that one. I was like, oh, this is so forced. It is so bad, and it is obviously, of course, it's scripted. It was scripted. Which every Monday morning, everybody's on. Oh, everybody on the internet was enraged. Oh, it was scripted. Yeah, no, duh. They're not just sending people out there to start me in. I watched it for the first half hour, which consisted of basically one acceptance speech, and then after I pulled the gun out of my mouth, I reached for the remote and I turned it off because it was one of the most droning, boring broadcasts. And so then we watched Promising Young Woman, which was great. Okay. So that's great. So Promising Young Woman is over. I flipped back to the Oscars to see the butt part. Now, I like Lil Rel Howery. I think he's funny. I liked him in, movies and stuff. So I got nothing against anybody. And I like Glenn Close. I think she's a fine actress. Mm-hmm. But man, that was uncomfortable. It was so dumb to me. The whole thing. And then the obvious, we're gonna wait and we're gonna flip things around. And instead of doing Best Picture at the end, like they've always done for 90 some years, because it all builds up to that. We think there might be a chance that Chadwick Boseman's going to win. So we're going to flip things around for the most just horrifyingly let down ending of the Oscars ever. Joaquin Phoenix didn't want to be there. All of a sudden, he's like, well, we're done. And then Questlove is just like, okay, folks, thanks for watching. We got to go. I've got to take these gold Crocs off.
I will say I had a similar experience to you. I was not paying attention. Betty loves the Oscars. She watches them from start to finish and pays attention the whole time. I was walking in and out and paying very little attention. So the butt moment was funny to me because I wasn't heavily invested in like how it happened. I just caught it once that song started playing. But you are right that a lot of other moments of the Oscars were they need a host again. They need some sort of format that's not whatever that is they're doing. Because to be honest, it's the same thing. The awards happen, the people give their speeches, but what's not entertaining is everything else. It's zero entertainment, and that's bad. Yeah.
There was also zero entertainment when you let people talk for as long as they want.
That's true.
There has to be a happy medium between what they used to do where somebody was going to get 6 seconds and then the band is playing them off to this where it was like, all right, you guys talk, we're going to go get a sandwich. And, the speeches would just drone on. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
A little self-important, are we?
But you've got to admit, they did a great job with the set. They made the Park West Theater look fantastic. I didn't know they were going to do it from Chicago, but there we are.
I've actually been in Union Station in Los Angeles, and it is pretty cool. There's some really cool parts of it. And that part I liked. It looked like an old supper club, maybe from the original Oscars. So I liked the look of it for one camera shot where I went, oh, that looks pretty. I was out. That was it. That's all I needed. I was like, oh, that looks really neat. How glamorous. I'm out.
They didn't have a host?
No.
Well, Regina King was she the host?
I wouldn't call that a host. They've been host free for the last few years now.
Oh God, what a stupid idea. Here's how to get people to watch a good show. Hey everybody, Billy Crystal is hosting the Oscars. I'm in. You know it's gonna be gold. Yes. Are you kidding? Yes.
Even now, current Billy Crystal.
I think Billy Crystal now could still pull it off.
Hell yeah.
I think he could, but I don't know if it's must watch.
Dude, no. Well, it's not must watch, but like Billy Crystal is a charming, funny guy. Like he's a safe bet.
He's a good host.
Right.
Yeah.
He's gonna crush it. Him or Steve Martin, I don't know.
That year Steve Martin did it with Alec Baldwin was horrible. I'm sorry, I have a piece of ice in my mouth.
That's fine.
Dude, they should have
I'm a professional broadcaster.
If The Rock hosted it, it would be the highest rated thing in 2021.
Okay. I agree with that, actually. If you get The Rock involved, I would have to watch that Oscars.
Thank you.
But Billy Crystal is a huge Yankee fan, so incorporating him somehow, too, seems fine to me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Finally, the Oscar has come back to Los Angeles.
Dude, if he did it in character, If he did it in character and then like gave the rock bottom to some jabroni actor that deserves it, you know, like
everybody who doesn't
speeches?
win gets the rock bottom. All the losers.
No, I think that's how you end the speeches. If someone drones on too long, you rock bottom them. Next person.
It's true.
Oh,
like
That would be amazing. That
Dude.
would be incredible. And actually, you go way beyond that. Have a bunch of old WWE guys do their signature move to ruin people's night. That sounds amazing.
Bring the Iron Sheik off of Twitter to do the camel clutch on somebody.
Yeah.
Did you didn't know this at WrestleMania this year? Kevin Owens is like a really great wrestler. He's been champion multiple times, but he has now started using the Stone Cold Stunner, which Austin just let him do. Austin's like, that's fine. You're a good wrestler. You can do it. So anyway, in his match at WrestleMania, in his opponent's corner was Logan Paul, the completely intolerable YouTuber. And WWE, bless their hearts, they pumped up the match like, oh, this giant YouTube star Logan Paul is going to be there. And he shows up, and at the end of the match, he was in the ring and he went to shake Kevin Owens' hand, and Kevin Owens, boom, just gave him the stunner. And I've seen celebrities take the stunner. You can watch video of Donald Trump taking the stunner. He doesn't sell it. He just kind of like crumples. It looks bad. There's a lot of celebrities that have taken the stunner. Logan Paul took a pretty good stunner. He basically did like a front flip on his back, and then he's like, holding his neck, and then the refs are helping him. And you can see a close up like after, while he's walking out playing his music, and Logan Paul is like being helped up by the refs. And he just goes, why would he do that? And it was actually very funny. I have to give him props for that, even though he's an insufferable human being. But he knows people hate him, and he's letting that work for him. So,
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that sounds amazing. I'm gonna immediately YouTube that. Logan Paul taking the stunner.
Right.
I am recording A&E's biographies. They're doing the 8-part WWE Legends. So it started with Stone Cold. Then it was last Sunday was Roddy Piper. This week coming up is Macho Man. They're doing the Ultimate Warrior, Shane Michaels, Booker T, and I can't remember who the other two are. But yeah.
Bret Hart?
Mankind. No, Mankind and Bret Hart. Those are the last two. Yeah.
Nice.
So those are the 8. So I am recording those to watch. But
I knew 2 of those names.
Wow. Which ones?
Wow.
Mankind, I feel like he's friends with The Undertaker, correct? They're buddies.
Sorry, did you just say The Undertaker?
Yeah, The Undertaker and Mankind are friends. They're buddies.
Don't you remember last week? Why did you bring up The Undertaker?
You say his name.
I forgot.
You say his name a third time. I can't guarantee.
No, we are not saying his name a third time.
I think that Mankind is friends with The Undertaker.
I wish we had the music, but I think that we'd get bounced again.
Is there music?
Come on. He's got walk-in music.
You know how it doesn't get bounced, by the way? If Cody plays it on the ocarina. No one's gonna pull that.
If Cody does the Macarena, no one will get upset.
If he plays it on the ocarina.
Oh, the ocarina.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a lot of ways we could do this, but I'm going to finish this beer in peace.
Yeah. Why don't we? All right. One more TV thing. Did any of you guys watch? Rev Pills, very nice. I'm drinking a fancy margarita.
That looks fancy.
Waterford Marquis glass. That's right.
I got nothing.
Tight.
I should have something sent up.
Nothing from the mini bar. You can't call. Did you get a nice new haircut for your new job?
Yeah. I did. Yes. Yes, I did.
Peoria barber?
No, different kind of barber.
Okay. Did you go to Indiana?
Yeah,
who's
that's
your
exactly
barber?
what I went. Yeah.
Get it?
Great guy. It's well played.
Very nice. Anybody watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Please. Yes, of course I did.
Of course. What did you think?
I like the costume. I like the introduction of the Captain America that is the former Falcon.
Yeah.
To be honest, that show wasn't as good as WandaVision. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but WandaVision was a better show. And I now understand why they probably want Falcon and the Winter. They wanted that show to come first and WandaVision to come second, because one of them felt innovative and the other one felt like a Marvel movie split up into episodes of a TV show.
That's what I liked about it, though. That it.
I know.
I can't compare the two because they were so vastly different, and I enjoyed them both. Right. One of the reasons I really enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier was because I kept saying, boy, this looks just like a Marvel. They didn't skimp anywhere.
Nope.
I liked the story, the characters. I let out an audible cheer when Captain America was revealed for the first time after he broke through the window. I was like, yes, because I'm a dork. And I've already started looking for the Funko Pop of the new Captain America. It will not be released till October 1st. So it's on my Christmas list.
You do the Funko Pops?
Huh?
You do the Funko Pops?
I have a Funko Pop of Captain America on the shelf behind. Well, it's all the way at the top.
Is that Super Saiyan Gohan?
Nope. Try again.
No, that's
That's not
Wanda's
Vegeta.
brother. What's
No,
Wanda's
it's not.
brother's name?
It is Vegeta. This is Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Oh, Vegeta.
That looks nothing like Vegeta.
I think it does.
Oh, I didn't see the eyebrows. Okay, I didn't see the eyebrows.
I love that you're living in a hotel, which means the rest of your stuff is in storage, but you still have that in your carry-on luggage.
I actually have 2 dolls with me. I will show you the other doll now.
Is that
Nice.
Thor? Is that Ragnarok?
That's totally
It
Thor.
is.
That is
Thor
Thor.
Ragnarok. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think this is actually the
First
second Thor movie.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah, because
because
Ragnarok, he had the short hair, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's okay. I have Thor and Vegeta. They travel with me when I go places.
Wow. See, and I've got all Captain America stuff in the office here.
See, that's awesome.
Brian, the next time you've got to take any time off for any reason, Craig and I are going to just have a puppet podcast starring Vegeta, Thor, The Undertaker, and for some reason, this guy.
Gilbert.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
Very
just
nice.
there.
Yeah, I've got like a 12-inch. I've got a 12-inch Captain America. I've got the Funko Pop Captain America. I have a metallic Captain America
are we gonna see
lunchbox.
these things?
Well, that means I
We've
got to
showed
get
you
up.
ours. Okay.
Wow. I'll show you mine.
He said it was 12 inches, so
Yeah. I feel like that's not real.
He
Can't
took
possibly
himself
be
off
12.
cam to get up for some
That's
reason.
fine. That's fine.
I don't know why. That's
You
cool.
know, I want to get a drink of some kind. I'm gonna stand up. You can hear me talk, but you won't see me either, Cody.
Cool.
How
Too
are
bad
you
Brian's
doing?
not still at his desk to turn off your camera.
Why would he do that? That
don't
doesn't make
know.
any sense.
He did it
Yeah.
to him.
Hey, buddy.
You
Hey,
have
buddy.
alcohol in the room? Oh, you do.
No.
Oh, it's
no,
a
it's
Truly.
a V8. Yeah.
It's a Truly.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a V8.
Put some vodka in it, turns into a Truly.
That does sound amazing. I would like to do that. Do you have any topics? Or are we just waiting for Noonan to come back because we have no topics?
I absolutely have no topics. Like what?
I know you. Did you ask Cody if he had topics?
I did, yeah.
Please.
I don't even have a personality.
All right.
I mean, it's
Good news is the fact that you guys made me take these down means I get to dust them because sitting because I'm taller, they're up very high. All right, so here is my Funko Pop Captain America.
Nice.
all right.
Da-da-da. Here's my 12-incher Captain America.
Wow.
I don't have a measuring tape.
Aggressive. I do.
It's
Keep it
it's
on
like
me all the
G.I. Joe, so it's even taller. It's like taller than Oh, now the shield fell off. G.I. Joe size. What else do I have up there? Captain America Pez
Nice.
That's
sitting
pretty good.
on the same shelf. Metal Captain America lunchbox.
So is this a childhood
good.
thing? Have you loved Captain America since you were a kid?
Yep.
Okay.
And then a soft-sided Captain America lunchbox. Plus, on the wall, I have a picture of the first issue of Captain America comic. It's a recreation. I also have a small shield and mask.
You do have a shield.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has this
I have a
been
very small
talked
shield.
about before? And I just didn't know that you were a huge Cap fan.
Oh man, Captain America, then Spider-Man.
Okay. Spider-Man's
Yeah.
great.
Captain America, because I'm American.
I'm a Spider-Man guy because I'm a spider.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah. How do you
don't
feel
blame
about
it.
Batman?
I don't dig the DC universe, man.
Batman's
watch-
the only exception.
I will watch all the films. I enjoyed all the Dark Knight movies. I actually watched The Dark Knight Rises the other night.
Mhm.
Is
Which
that the one
that was the one with Bane.
with Bird?
Yeah, but they cleaned up his audio. It sounds
Yes.
so much better than it did in the movie theater.
Oh, in
If
the
you
movie
watch it,
theater,
like,
it was
now.
awful. You couldn't
yeah, you
understand
couldn't-
a word he said.
Right.
What? Who are you?
Yes.
What are you, Grimace? Shut up.
Which, by the way, being able to clean it up means it existed in a clear form to begin with, and they
Right.
ruined it when they put it out, which is a very odd decision.
My God, these things are dusty.
Do Give us topics. Noonan, what are some topics?
Well, all right. So I wanted to talk to you about those things.
they, Brian?
Here's another bad movie I watched. No, here's the big topic, because you're both married, so this might we can play into this. Sunday was my 29th anniversary. 29 years I've been married to Debbie.
She did it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. If you bet the over at 28, you're a big winner this year. Good for you. Congratulations. So first of all, I'm she's been very patient, and I'm lucky to have her, and we'll get all that out of the way, all that hogwash out of the way, so everybody knows. No, so it's good. That's great. We've been married 29 years. And it was nice because I woke up Sundays. I don't set my alarm. That's just my thing. Sundays is the day I sleep in, and by sleep in I mean 9 o'clock. That's basically when I get up without the alarm. So I get up at 9 and I hear a dog toy squeaking downstairs. Our dogs don't squeak the toys. So I yell down the stairs, "Is Walter here?" Because Walter is Molly's dog. Turns out Molly had done something very nice. She had been out in Des Plaines at her friend's house, stayed overnight, then drove into the city to go to Do Right Donuts, and came back with a half dozen Do Right Donuts for our anniversary.
Aww.
It was very nice. It was sweet.
Yes.
And she got the kind that Debbie likes for Debbie and the kind that I like for me. And it was very nice. And there was Walter. So it was nice. And then I made brunch, and then we went to Imperial Oak and sat outside and had a couple beers. And then I made dinner, and I gave Debbie a gift, and that was that. And it was lovely. Everything was nice. But then at one point, as I was cooking the second meal of the day, I was like, wait a minute. Why is it that the guy always does all this stuff on the anniversary? And like at some point, the women are kind of should be happy that they got us too. I mean, I am happy that Debbie married me. I am.
Mhm.
But she should be a little happy that I married her too.
A little something.
Yeah.
would
I
be
mean,
nice,
now
yeah.
the gift thing, she had said, we're not getting each other gifts. No gifts. Because we're gonna anything we would spend on a gift. We're planning on going to Ireland for our 30th anniversary, so we're gonna save for Ireland. That's fine in theory. I don't listen. I'm not gonna go. I can't go without a gift. So I got a gift, but I spent less than I normally would because what I got a great deal on it, which I told her. I got a great deal on this because she loves to hear that, and I love to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she lived up to our bargain, which was her bargain, that there were no gifts for me. Which was fine because I said, you don't know this, but you did buy me a gift because I used her Amazon account and got myself, a Captain America pop socket for my phone.
That's amazing.
That's tight.
In case somebody thinks I was a fraud and I pulled those things out of a box. No, I'm an old man with a Captain America pop socket. But all right, you guys are all. Do your wives do stuff for you on your anniversary, or is it all you doing stuff for your wives? Like, oh my God, I'm so lucky you married me. I can't believe it.
I feel like this segment is a trap. I don't know if you're going to bring our wives on at some point as we answer
I'm
this
not.
question.
No,
Okay.
I'm not. And I'm sure, then the window's open here. So I know Debbie is sitting right below me with another open window listening to this, and I'm going to get screamed at. But at this point, listen, I've invested 29 years. If this is not what's good, this is not what would have tipped the balance to get me thrown out of here.
No,
Trust
and
me.
you got Ireland for 30. No one's getting out until you go.
No, it's a war of attrition now. Neither one of us has given up. We've been just stand our ground.
Yeah.
All right, boys, weigh in.
I believe she's given me very nice cards, and we've together decided to do things like our first anniversary. We went to Belize, so that required some coordination. Second one, we stayed at the hotel where we got married. She talked about wanting to do that forever, so we did that. Third anniversary was last year. Wow, time flies. And it was a pandemic. So we got Lou Malnati's because we lived in an apartment when we moved in together for the first time. We lived next door to Lou Malnati's. We lived next door to that for like 4 or 5 years, and we decided, we moved out to the burbs. We haven't had Malnati's in a while. So I drove to Elmhurst and got Malnati's and picked it up and brought it back. And we had Malnati's and just a little low key date night. Because our baby was only a month figure 5 weeks old actually at that point.
Right.
Wow.
Like total 5 weeks old. So it's been a joint thing. I don't know what I'm doing for it this year or have plans. So
Wait,
we'll
what
see.
number are you on again? I'm sorry. Which one? Which one?
We
is
have
this year?
celebrated 3 anniversaries and always agreed on what to do. But she's always got me like she's written something nice.
So this
for me,
is 4 for you.
4
this will
coming
be
up.
number 4. Yeah.
All right.
4.
It's gonna be 10 for Betty and I.
Wow, good for you.
I know.
A decade of service.
I know. Right. See, but in doing that, we did something similar to Brian. The last one we did almost nothing because we kept saying that for 10 we're going to do something big, and big has gotten bigger and bigger.
You bought a house.
I did it right.
That's pretty big.
We might do the whole renew the vows thing and like have a kind of little ceremony thing with some family. Because 10 feels like a good number for that. Maybe it's not the appropriate number.
We did it at 10.
Okay. So we're going down that road, and it's becoming more and more costly as it becomes more and more like an actual wedding in our planning, which is nuts because we just bought a house.
Yeah, you just bought a house. Have it in your yard.
I would say other than this past year where we both did stick to the plan of pretty much do nothing, I did always go above and beyond what was being reciprocated back, Noonan. And I don't know if I ever resented it or it's just, you'd like 1 year to be surprised by you not going big enough. I would like for 1 year to feel as though I underperformed, and I've yet to feel that so far.
And I also think it has to do with 29 years. At this point, It's like, I said, what do you want to, like last year on our anniversary, because it was pandemic, we didn't do anything. I think we brought food in, probably. This year I was like, what do you want to do? And she was like, well, can you make those chicken shish kebabs that you haven't made in a long time, which are very easy? And I was like, yeah, okay. So we made those. And then we started doing a thing where on Sunday mornings we have brunch now, which has become a little thing. Like last week, Debbie made an egg bake and we had mimosas. And this week I made pancakes and we had mimosas. So Sunday morning is when we get drunk, basically, is what I'm admitting to everybody. So, and then it was nice because I did say, well, it's nice out. Do you want to go have a beer somewhere? And Debbie was game. So Molly stayed around and we took Walter and went out and had, so it was really nice. I'm not complaining by any stretch of imagination, but when it was all over, I was like, and it's not even that, I don't need anything in return. It's just, sometimes you want to feel like, and maybe this is something I should have talked about with my therapist and not you two. That you just, and I am fortunate that she married me and stuck around all these years.
Yeah.
But there's got to be, she got to feel a little bit of that, right? There's got to be something where she goes, oh, yeah, okay, that was pretty good.
I will say this, and this goes back to what Cody just said a second ago. She's better at the note in the card than I am. I spend more money on any kind of gift that's exchanged between the two of us. But if there's like a sentimental set of words put together on any kind of, paper, Betty is crushing those moments. Sometimes that feels better than what I've done.
No, that's very nice.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to buy cards. Well, I'm not allowed to buy cards.
Why not?
Debbie hates cards. She thinks they're a huge waste of money.
Oh.
Even if you write like really meaningful things in them?
Doesn't matter. I could write that. I like on her thing. I bought her an experience for the gift. Something we could do together, Okay. And there's a possibility to include some other whatever. So it was something we could do rather than here's a thing. It's like here's something we can do as a couple. Isn't that lovely? And so I just printed, I put the certificate I pasted it on a Word doc, and then I wrote a little message on there and printed it out and just handed it to her. I put it in an envelope. Then I was like,
there you go.
Here you go.
But it was a really good experience.
Well, she was like, oh, I can't. You said not. I go, don't get all excited. They're the divorce papers. And she did laugh at that. So did Molly. So I got off easy. And for our 10th, we went to Vegas, and we had our vows redone by an Elvis impersonator.
That sounds fantastic. We should do that. Not just because it would save me a lot of money.
Well, yeah, we were living in Los Angeles, and it just so happened that my cousin was graduating from UNLV that weekend. And so we were like, this is perfect. We'll go there. So we had family. Family was able to come. They sent this pink limousine to pick us up. Molly was she 3, I think, at this point. So we drive to this. The pink limousine takes us to the takes us there. My mom was there, a couple of my brothers, my cousins, and yeah, Elvis renewed our vows.
That's awesome.
I know we have the pictures somewhere.
She might have been 4 doing the math.
4.
19 years ago. I figure she's
Yeah.
20,
Oh, she's because yes. All right. She was 5. She was 5.
Ah.
She was 5.
Should I get some sort of like dry erase board back here? Do we want to do it that way?
I would like a PowerPoint if it's possible.
Okay.
You're in a hotel, have them go
to.
I'm sure there's a business center there.
Much like if you're looking for a doctor in an emergency, I'm going to walk down the hallway asking for a mathematician. Just be like, is anyone here? We need someone, please, immediately.
And also pick up any discarded room service food.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
That's probably got coronavirus all over it, actually.
You think?
Now that I think about it. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Yeah,
Didn't you get are you taken care of, Craig? Are you patched up?
I'm half vaxxed.
Half
Nice.
vaxxed.
Congrats.
I'm a half vax. Yeah.
You're not going to be one of these people who stops after 1, are you?
Not unless they make me.
That's a thing?
Who's going to make it? Oh, yeah.
Some people are having it canceled.
A huge amount of people. It's been in the news. A huge amount of people are going, well, either there's been 2 excuses. They're either for the second dose. They've gotten the first dose, and then they're not doing the second dose because A, they're afraid of the side effects and the flu-like symptoms, or B, they think they're good enough with 1. And those are the 2 main reasons that are being reported.
Yeah.
And of course, all the doctors like, you got the 1, come get the second. Just you committed to get 1. Come on, just come and get it.
No,
not a big deal.
I've heard that some people have had them canceled, their second appointment.
Yeah, because it was a one Walgreens. There was a number of places that were getting the wrong vaccine. So they thought, for example, they were getting the Moderna vaccine to give people the second doses, and then they got something else, and the people showed up and were like, okay, I need my Moderna. And they're like, we don't have Moderna. You have to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You can't get 1 and 1. You can't do a.
They got to be the same.
Can't
be
mix
an
and
Arnold
match.
Palmer.
No, you can't Arnold Palmer your vaccines, but I like the thought of that. Wow. I had a cocktail after I got mine. That was,
Yeah. I had a margarita. I had a margarita after mine too, and a steak.
Wow. Building up your immune system. I like that.
I went big. Yeah.
Well, I know you had to get your steak before they take them away. You got to get
I heard.
Yeah, we can't have meat anymore either. This is, that's probably good. I'll go plant-based. That'll just go, go crazy. Need a whole field of tulips.
If no one has any idea what Noonan is referencing, there was a political person who said that was something happening. It has been since debunked, so it is not happening. But Fox News specifically may have reported on that a little bit.
Fox News and a number of Congress people, and it always because of a made-up story in what's that English tabloid?
The Daily Mail.
Daily Mail.
It was all made up in the Daily Mail. Oh yeah, then Mike brings this up. Then whoever I can't now is it Kudlow? Yeah, Kudlow was on Fox yesterday screaming that the president was going to make us drink plant-based beer. I was like, what other kind of beer is there? Wheat, barley, yeast, water. Pretty much every beer is plant-based. I was like, if you're going to run with something, think about it for a second.
Yeah.
Because everybody who's watching that drinking a can of PBR or whatever they're drinking is looking at the ingredients going, there's no sausage in this beer.
I mean, tell us that we're going to take away all alcohol and it's going to be alcohol-free beer. You'd have more rioting in the street.
Well, listen, then I'm setting everything I see on fire. I would have burned the house down. I would have burned the neighbor's house down. I would have burned that certificate that I gave Debbie for our anniversary. Everything's getting burned down.
Wow.
The reason that was so funny is the idea of it actually happening. Everything Noonan sees getting set on fire till beer is back in his hand.
Yeah,
That would be an intense day.
I'm like Cyclops from X-Men, just pressing my glasses and everything burns. Everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I've worked myself into a sweat now. I'm going to cede
too.
control. Go ahead. You probably have nice air conditioning at that hotel.
I have lovely air conditioning. It is aggressive. It's in just my room. It's great.
In just my room. I
like
your haircut. It's very high and tight.
Thank you. Yeah, it is. It is very high and tight. I don't know if that's good, actually.
Good for you. Looks nice.
High and tight. Wait, that's the slogan of that strip club down there. High and tight.
Big Al's, high and tight.
Yep.
High and tight, ... And we have good fries.
Well, they're talking about the fries. That's what the high and tight refers to, I think.
Right. Of course it does.
Do you not have air conditioning, Brian? Aren't you just
but I'm not going to turn it on.
use
I'm not going to turn it on for one day.
Why?
Because I'm willing to suffer.
Turn it on for one day to see if it works.
It's brand new. It's going to work.
Well, you say that. You know what else was brand new?
Here we go.
The Iron Man, one of Iron Man's suits that probably malfunctioned in one of the movies. I don't remember them that well.
What is this joke that's happening? Is this a joke or is this what just happened there?
Didn't Iron Man have a new suit and it malfunctioned and shot missiles or something? And it's weird. It happened in some Marvel movie. Some Marvel person got a new thing and it was whoa, this doesn't work. Wacky gag. It happened in one of them.
I feel like we were all of a sudden on Zach Galifianakis's In Between Two Ferns.
Yeah.
With the way you presented that question, all of a sudden, I don't know what we're doing. Yeah, he's had suits that malfunction, sort of.
Right.
I think.
So I'm right. So you're admitting that I'm right. That's fine.
Are you, Craig? Are you going to admit he's right?
I don't know if it was a hallmark moment of an Iron Man movie, but I think it happened. I think it occurred.
No.
He also walked through doors. He did a bunch of other kind of mundane things.
Mm-hmm.
Good talk we had here.
And they were zany and hilarious. Yeah. On the topic of anniversaries, Brian, are you familiar with Kohler, Wisconsin?
Sure, that's where they make all the bathroom fixtures.
Yeah. Did you know they have a resort and spa up there?
I do. I did.
Have you gone?
I haven't.
No, Craig, I bring this up because we were talking about anniversaries, and I recently, I did venture into the city a few weeks ago to have a couple beers with friends, my friends that I made that Shiditarod video with. We had a couple beers at Hop Leaf, I think. And we were talking, one of them got engaged, and he proposed to her up in Kohler, Wisconsin, and they stayed at this place. Apparently, they got out of the car, and everybody was wearing top hats, unironically, which I didn't even know people did. Literally. So I looked into it because I was like, oh, this sounds like a fun weekend vacation getaway for my wife and I. Probably not, I can splurge because, I don't spend money on anything else. It's $450 a night per person.
Wow.
And they charge you per person. But that does come with an $80 meal credit and a free drink. And I think one free massage or something.
That wasn't enough.
It does, well, actually, I think it's $450 for two people, for 2 nights per person. So anyway, it's still up there. She was giving about a CBD body wrap, and they're doing all these crazy massage things up there. I don't know, but I just thought it was interesting when she said that they got out and people literally wearing top hats.
Why were they wearing top hats?
Because it's a very rich place for extremely rich people, apparently, or people that really want to splurge. So
I'm going to agree with the establishment. If you didn't make other things fancy, but everyone wore top hats, I would feel like I was in a fancier place. You could have, a Days Inn, everyone in top hats, and I'd be like, this is incredible, kind of. I think it would. It changes the perspective.
Is it the American Club Resort? Is that what they were talking about?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Well, according to this, there's no place like it in America.
Are there bow ties?
Championship golf course. Well, they have 4 top 100 courses.
Yeah.
Wellness for mind, body, and soul. A variety of indoor and outdoor dining experiences. From 5-star resort to rustic cabinet. Do they have walking what?
Are there walking canes that go with the top hats? Is there a choreographed performance of some kind?
Well, I'm good. This is going to disappoint all of us. There's nothing on the website regarding top hats.
Not disappointing. Top hats being a surprise makes me even more excited.
Top hats optional.
Right. No, top hats as a surprise, an unexpected reward of booking there.
But there is a picture of the guy holding the door open, and he is wearing a top hat and a plaid scarf, as we know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and there are people in custom robes. The other thing, though, is that I failed to mention is that $450 per person only refers to it's November through April. Summer months, it's 600 some per person.
Of course.
So it's very fancy. So I'll let you know if I ever go. Now that I've showed my hand in terms of, I hope my wife isn't watching and being like that.
Yeah. Would you sell a whole Bitcoin to go there? Or would you not need to do that?
I wouldn't need to. You wouldn't need to hold. Dude, I should
Cody's
be selling.
got that discovery money.
No, I got to sell the Dogecoin. Come on, dudes.
Where
Let's
is
go.
that at?
I don't know. I don't know. I bought $25,000 in it yesterday, though. Let's go.
Was that a real number?
Seemed like a good investment. I just called up my banker. I was like, give me 25K in Dogecoin. I had some stocks in like Tesla, but that seems like it's a limited, promise. Dogecoin, dude, it's up like 85 million% per like unit of time. So just
because of the way this conversation went, Noonan, did you picture him with like a monocle and a top hat as he was calling up his banker? Because that's immediately the image.
I pictured him calling his imaginary banker and his imaginary banker going, not now, I'm on the line with Tony Stark. He had some sort of outfit malfunction. We're trying to take care of that.
Right.
He needs a loan for more armor. I'll call you back for your imaginary dodgeball coin.
Yeah, Tony Stark has an insurance claim in after his suit malfunctioned.
Yeah. We got to take care of that. That's got to be first on the list right there. That's
CoinDesk says Dogecoin is at 27 cents and holding steady. So if I buy $25,000 in it now, hold on.
Was it under a penny at some point? Was it like not even a penny for a while, or what was it at?
Yeah, it was like a 1/100th of a penny. Okay, so right now, if I bought, so I would get 92,592 Dogecoin if I spent $25,000 on it right now. And if I multiplied that by $1, so I would have $92,000. So I would make $67,000.
I love this segment and just other ideas we throw out there. If I spent $7 million on Apple right now, tomorrow I would have $7,003.
Mm-hmm. That's exciting news. That's a good investment.
I know. I'm very excited about it.
Wow. I'm all in on non-fungible tokens.
Oh my God.
Pushed everything in.
NFT.
Everything people
kids. That's
everything people don't understand about blockchain and cryptocurrency, but made even more oblique and useless.
That's right. That's why I went with that one, because everybody's starting to understand the other two. So now I want to go with things that are completely non-negotiable. I want to buy, a Polaroid from somebody that's a non-fungible token.
I want to know if actually, no, I heard this. Disney is going to be selling Tony Stark's malfunctioning suit as an NFT.
What do you think my first purchase was? Duh.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm just going to stand out in the backyard and rust like the Tin Man.
Cody wins the award for callback of the night so far. We're going to start having awards on reality. Realities may vary. You're getting that one tonight, my friend. Good job.
Nice. Hopefully we will play off the acceptance speeches, because if it, we can't.
And then he has to stunner himself.
Wow.
Which is going to be the best part.
I'm going to defer my acceptance speech to Mike, who says you can paddle your douche canoe up to the resort, which is our weekly mandatory douche canoe reference, and I am here for it.
Mike actually dropped one of those. I had posted that the show was starting late, and Mike had posted a comment on that post. Can't believe you DCs are going to make me wait 5 minutes.
Can we get some sort of like confetti image that drops when he says douche canoe in the chat?
Let me see. Hold on.
It would be nice if we can celebrate it for just a second that the douche canoe has dropped this evening. Okay, that's kind of it.
Is that?
Yeah. I mean, all right. This is a douche.
I could do that, but then we go away.
What was that?
That's this. This is very hypnotic. It's just in case we, that's when we drop a little acid.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's all kind of stuff we could do, but
wonderful.
Yeah, well, there's this one. Maybe that's when we play our commercials.
Yeah.
That's when we take our intermission and go to I was watching The Godfather Part 2 the other night, and I forgot that when it came out in the theaters, well, one, I was too young to go see it, but they had an intermission because they didn't cut the little frame that said intermission out of the television broadcast.
Oh.
So I was watching on one of the movie channels and it came up intermission. And I was like, oh, maybe I need to go downstairs and get a little snack. But then it came right back on. It didn't really wasn't really an intermission. It's kind of sad. I'm very upset by it.
Yeah,
I have to go to a dog birthday party, fellas.
I've been to one of those.
Have you really?
What?
For whom? For what?
Well, wait, no, hold on. No, I think I misunderstood you. I'm sorry. Can you explain what you're going to in a little more detail?
A dog birthday party, a birthday party for a dog. How
right,
much?
Yeah,
more,
I did misunderstand you. I went to a puppy party, which was a birthday party that contained several puppies.
Oh, that's different. Did you get to take one home like in Bridesmaids?
You did not. You got to be in a room with someone who was celebrating their birthday, and puppies were released into the room and then taken out of the room half an hour later.
That's unusual. I'm guessing this was a motorcycle club.
It was not. That's not what it was. No. Yeah.
Moped riders. It was moped riders.
I'm not falling for that. You're not getting me to go down that trail again. What are you, high again?
How old is the dog?
A year.
Is it Walter?
It is Walter.
It's Walter.
I was told today that we had been invited. Well, not really invited. We sat down for dinner and I said to Debbie, did you talk to Molly today? Yes. She's having a birthday party for Walter. And I said, we don't have to go, do we? And she said, yes, it's either going to be, she wants us to either come to her house or she'll come here. And I'm like, I love Molly and I like the dog. I'm not throwing a dog a birthday party. I've had dogs for 28 years. I don't even know my dog's birthdays. I don't even know exactly how old they are. You know, this was about
Does Walter have a middle name?
Yes. His middle name is the same as our middle name, Walter Leahy Noonan. She named him so that our middle name would continue on because all my brothers and I have the same middle name and Molly has that middle name.
Craig's about to lose his mind. He's about to actually melt down. Brian, you may have actually done permanent damage.
It's not on his it's not on his collar or anything. His tag just says Walter. And there's no papers. He's not registered with the AKC, so it's not like Sir Walter Leahy Noonan Comstock the 18th. She just calls him that.
It's fine. I'm going to contain the other things that Cody said might come out. I would not attend this party. That's my reaction to this story now. I would skip this party.
I said to Debbie, we don't have to get gifts, do we? And she said, no, but I ordered something. I'm like, what?
You can't say no after you did a thing.
Right.
There's no way you can say no. That was a yes.
Yes.
You already decided yes.
Well, maybe she's going to get me on semantics and say, we didn't have to get a gift. I chose to get the dog a gift, which is different.
You can't say no after you did a thing to that question, even the way you phrased it.
I understand. Listen, I'm on your side. This is not, I'm not, as I said, I love my dogs and I like Walter very much. I'm a good pet owner. I don't have to throw a dog a party.
Do we have to get the dog a gift? She could have answered, we did not have to get one, but we did.
But
she can't say no.
Yes. We actually got two. We actually got two gifts. Some sort of puzzles for the dog.
All right, so hold on. No, continue.
No, please jump in.
No, please.
Because the more I speak of this, the more I want to jump out the window.
I don't even my wife's take is that we may not even. Did you do a first birthday for your daughter?
Yes.
Who went?
Whoa.
What did you do?
Whoa.
It was one. It was an odd situation. Molly actually had two first birthday parties because my brother Dennis got married the weekend of Molly's first birthday. And he got married in Philadelphia. So we were all out there. So the family was all there and we had a little cake and stuff. And then because a lot of our relatives were in from Ireland, when we got back to Chicago, we had a party, a first birthday party at the house. And so it was my my in-laws, my cousins from Ireland, my mom and dad and my brothers. It was family. It was just a family thing. And that's kind of what first birthdays are. You have a few family members over and the kid gets a little cake and puts his face right in the cake. And, that's that.
I guess
and
that's
you can have a few, but the kid doesn't know.
Right.
But it's a thing. But it's a thing. You don't, the birthday parties get bigger as time goes on. Yeah. But to have people over for a little cake and to, sing happy birthday, whatever, it's fine.
All right.
You can't not have a birthday party.
You have to have a birthday party. Here's the difference.
You can't not. Because
for a kid, you got to have a birthday party.
But he's now guaranteeing that he's going to be a terrible parent if he doesn't throw the first birthday party. You can't not do it.
Oh, right.
Cody.
There's no.
Yeah.
If you're even considering it,
yeah.
No. And this is coming from Craig. Craig is giving you good parenting advice. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Hold on.
This is weird.
On. Considering it's fine. I don't blame Cody or Casey for considering not throwing a party for a baby that's not going to remember it. But you got to throw it. You can't. You got to. You can't not do it.
Your parents live 90 minutes away. Even if it's just you four and your sister and your brothers, that's enough.
At the very least, you're definitely going to forget it 1 year in the future by not doing it this year, and that's going to be terrible when he can remember one.
Yeah,
you got to do it now.
Where are the pictures of my first birthday, Dad? We didn't have one for you because we were lazy and stoned. Oh, but then you went to Gen Con and I see pictures of a Kohler resort that same weekend.
We're not going to Gen Con this year. So.
Now, can we recap real quick that we're getting a first birthday for a dog? Brian threw 2 first birthdays for his child, and Cody wants to throw 0. But a dog is getting a first birthday party in the next few days.
I'm not throwing or condoning the dog birthday party. Let's just say
that's not okay.
I'm just saying, in connection to Cody's question, a dog will be celebrating its first birthday in the near future that is connected to the show.
And probably with a bounce house and a clown and a pony ride, Cody. So
and 2 puzzles, which make no sense as gifts for a dog.
They do. They're dog puzzles.
No, that's not a thing.
That's a thing.
Not a thing.
It is a thing.
The dog does not comprehend puzzles.
No. From what it's. Wow, it sounds like you're a 1-year-old having a birthday party.
Wow, there are the dong plastic dog toy. Outward Hound.
Yes, you put food in there and the dogs have to figure out where the treats are.
Oh, I've seen this for cats.
I knew there was going to be a food component because dogs cannot do puzzles. Oh, now Siri's yelling at me. They just want to eat food. That's not the same thing.
It is. Well, they have to figure out how to get to the food. Trixie Activity Flipboard Activity Strategy Game Dog Toy. The Nina Otteson by Outward Hound Twister Puzzle Game Dog Toy.
Craig died. It's a comfy looking hotel chair right there.
It does look nice. That's a good looking
It's like
chair.
the most hotel looking hotel room, like with a square lamp. I bet there's outlets, for you to plug your phone in right at the base of the lamp.
Base of the lamp. And he's at the business center.
He's got the vertical blinds. There it is. He's got Vegeta, Thor.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Ragnarok.
Listen, if you want, I'll steal one of Walter's dog puzzles if you need a gift for your son, since you're not obviously not gonna, care what's going on with him for his first birthday. Are you really considering not having a birthday party for your son?
No,
it makes rational sense. It does. You just can't do it.
We were considering celebrating in our own home. Like we would get him a little cake, shove his face in it. It'd be fun. Call it a day, but not have a bunch of people. But we would do something. We're not just going to be like, it's
your
Memorial Day.
Are going to want to see him on his.
My
birthday.
parents, that's right. It's Memorial Day weekend, so there's or Labor Day week.
I'm free.
Labor Day weekend, yeah. So
I'm free too. I would like to go to this birthday party.
We'll come to.
No, hold on. On YouTube being free, we picked 3 different dates to invite Brian out. Now that we haven't seen you in a year, and all of those dates are busy. You had a first communion, and then you have some other May Day party with your family, which I didn't know you were a socialist. Welcome to the club.
No, that's not. That was fake. You thought that was serious?
What? That was fake. Brian, I
Of
can't
course,
read
I
sarcasm
said
in
my
text.
communist brothers and I are taking on the capitalist system that's oppressing the workers.
I
You think
don't.
that's a real thing?
I don't understand humor.
Mayday is a real thing. The fact that you think my communist brethren and I are going to fight for the rights of the worker, you really have been sleep deprived.
Oh, all right. Well, you guys should come over Saturday if you're free.
I actually have a show. I have a show from 4 to 5:30.
You're a monster.
I have a thing Saturday morning. I can make it in the evening.
This is what I'm saying. It's so funny. Everyone's calendars are packing up so fast. My gosh, I've got the things to do on the weekend. Everybody, I've got the parties.
I can come at 6 o'clock Saturday. I can come next Saturday. We could get hammered and do the show from your broadcast center, all three of us.
Let's do that. Let's do the WTMJ show from Cody's house.
We could discuss it. Could be done.
I have a second mic set up.
like
I could put on my desk. You've got your portable deal. We could make it happen.
Yeah,
I could bring a lot of equipment. I could definitely boost the equipment in that.
We could do it from the deck.
Yeah. You guys want to do it from my hotel?
Drive down to Peoria?
I don't really want to drive 3 hours to hang out at a hotel in Peoria. As much as this seems like you've got. Now hold on.
Do we get to go to Big Al's after?
Yeah, sure. It's walking distance.
Get some fry. Big Al's is you just gotta walk across the river?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a half an hour walking distance.
I was gonna say that can't be. That's not a good walk.
I might have walked it at least once, not to Big Al's, to go to my place of employment.
Sure, of course.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Something about a pool.
Is the pool open?
Yeah, it is. I was excited that it was. The hot tub is too.
Ooh.
Hot tub. Good God, y'all. Hot tub. Little Eddie Murphy for you. Every time I hear the word hot tub.
Yeah, every time. Go ahead. Finish, Noonan.
Every time I hear hot tub, I do Eddie Murphy doing James Brown, talking about the hot tub.
We could broadcast from the hot tub on WTMJ in Milwaukee.
You don't think the bubbles and the jets would cause background noise?
They might break my microphones because of the water, but I think I could fix the background noise.
Listen, why don't we get some Jacques Cousteau equipment and do it from in the pool and the hot tub, completely waterproof?
You mean under the water?
Yeah, and then we'll figure out. We'll stream it too. We'll put it on this. We'll get some video of it.
Do you know the ratings you'd have if you did a show underwater, Noonan? It would be insane.
Yeah.
Brian, I like where your head is at. I like where this direction is, but Craig's already been doing, he's already doing a show right now from the hotel in Peoria. So we got to kick things up a notch. I think the three of us should do a live remote from Sybaris and not like a good Sybaris, but like the Sybaris in, what's the Villa Park, right? Not the Northbrook one. That's the fancy schmancy one. Got to go to the Sybaris in Villa Park, right there on a highway.
I have to see if any of the pool supply companies rent skimmers.
Let me ask you both this question. If we checked into a Sybaris with an evident amount of broadcast equipment, do you think that would be strange for the people at the Sybaris?
No.
They actually wouldn't let us in. You're not allowed to bring any guests. They're very explicit about that on their website.
Oh, really?
These suites are for two adults only. You are not allowed. You also have to buy a membership because it's technically a private club. And I think this is like an Illinois thing or like a 401(c)(3) thing or something. There's some weird.
They're a nonprofit.
How much research did you do?
Are they a charity?
I know a lot of things. I don't know, but there's anything kind of sex adjacent in terms of services, like locations that you go to. You have has to be listed as like a club, and you have to have a membership fee and something to do
it's the
with.
Only way I have sex anymore. I'm adjacent. I don't know.
I don't know what the out of context quote of the night is anymore. I thought I knew, but now I don't.
So this whole thing is out of context. You're out of context, and you're out of context, and you're out of context.
Do we have more topics that we didn't get to?
Listen, I'm looking at all kinds of things. Yeah, Craig mocked my Bitmoji hair the other night.
I did. Yeah.
I changed up my Bitmoji to try to look a little more current, So I've added a mustache, a little soul patch, put a little weight on them, and put some longer hair on him, on my Bitmoji.
Your Bitmoji hair is like a Jonas brother. It's like, and it's middle parted, and it's just a lot of flowing locks.
I didn't see the middle part, to be honest with you. And my hair, this is again, because of this, I have it slicked back tough, tight. But it's out of hand. It's out of control.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Right.
It is. Yeah, it is a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot. There's a lot
like
going on.
John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, right? Doesn't he have the middle part?
Yes.
In that one, or is that all slicked back?
Yes. I think he's all slicked back too. What's your issue with the middle part?
I don't know. It just seemed like an inappropriate hairstyle for a Noonan.
For a man this age. Sure, this whole thing is inappropriate
for any of us. I think any of the three of us wouldn't rock the full hair middle part thing.
Oh no, I don't want to do the middle part. Plus, everything's off kilter here, so I couldn't do a technical middle part because the middle is all haphazard.
Cody, show us the top of your head, please. We're doing it.
That's what she said.
He's got better hair than we have, I think.
He uses a lot of maximizer, I think.
He does, yeah. Half of that's probably not even real hair.
Could be a rug.
I don't have any wigs within arm's reach, otherwise I'd whip that out.
The one up here, you have that one.
Yeah, you're wearing it. That's why you wear those giant headphones.
Right.
Keep your wig on.
To strap it in.
Here you go.
Here we go.
If you,
Do I have to do that too?
No, but see, this is why I slick it back, because I look like that picture of one of the drug czars that they pulled out of his house in the middle of the night in his undershirt.
I think you look like Doc Brown, actually.
You do look like Doc. You do look like Doc Brown, Brian. Craig, you are right. I put on my virtual reality. Gigawatts? I put on my virtual reality headset, and now, Brian, you are standing right there. It is so cray. I could reach out and grab your tie-dye and bring it in to the realm of my studio. And Craigley, looking down at you. Oh, Craigley.
Hold on. Now I have a topic. Why do people have to change my name? It always makes me mad. Craig has no extended version. There's no longer version. You can't. I'm not Craigery. I'm not, Craigster. I'm none of these things. I am Craig. There is no extension.
Did somebody really call you Craigery?
Yes. I do that to other people, and they get mad at me. Like if I meet a Mike, I might call him Michael at some point, but that's a legitimate version of his name. Even if he doesn't want to be called it, there is no way to do that to me, and everybody does it.
Yeah.
Why?
It's because it's very funny every time. It's very funny.
Do they do that to you? Are there any extensions of Cody?
There's no extensions of Brian either.
I know. I'm aware.
We haven't.
This is not fair.
Have we tried to extend your name? Cody has, but Cody's drunk. And
I do all the time. No, but Craig only has one syllable in his name. So there's to say a one syllable name is too easy. So people got to kick up the difficulty. You know what I mean? It's like if you say, Brian, if at the start of the podcast, you started every show with, "Hello, welcome, ladies and germs." Everyone would laugh out loud every time you say that. It is objectively hilarious and it never stops, right? I know that because I just flew in from China and boy, are my arms tired. And, everything I just said is gold. So, Craig, Jimin.
It's not just you.
Craig Tholomew, listen.
Craig Tholomew. Craigstopher.
The reason that it makes me mad, and I think I'm okay to get mad, and then I think that people aren't allowed to get mad if I do it to them, is because mine has no extended version. When I call Matt Matthew, that's a real name. You're making up a name to change my name, and it makes me mad every time.
And who does this to you, Craig? Example, please.
Tons of people.
Well, it's not everybody. It's not everybody because I haven't done it. So that immediately blows your argument apart.
I feel like you must have at some point during the duration of this friendship. You
No,
must
if
have
I
at
call
least
you
once.
if I call you an MF or a CSer, that's not me extending your name. That's just me giving you a different name.
Yeah.
One of the most popular one, Craigers, is a thing that happens a lot.
Who calls
Makes me
you
quite
that?
mad.
What kind of
My mother-
weird fraternity douche sack calls you Craigers?
Hey, big Craigers, let's go downtown.
My mom.
Oh,
my
sorry.
mom does that.
Sorry, Craig's mom. I meant what kind of sorority?
True.
Oh jeez.
Boom.
Oh god.
What?
Oh
She
god.
calls you Craiger. She named you.
I know. I'm aware of this. I don't know why she does that.
Craig, you look.
Why didn't she name you Craigers?
That would have been terrible.
That would have been terrible. Craig, so here's the problem. You lived in Chicago for too long, and everyone you met took an improv class, and it had to pay for itself somehow. If they didn't get to extend your name, that's like $280 every 8 weeks that just went down the drain. Every time I call you something, extenuated, right? Like, that is my money back in my pocket. It's like I get a Dogecoin every time I call you Craigstopher. Craigstopher Walken.
All
Oh
right.
god. Okay. I'm glad I now know then. I'm glad I understand what the reason is. Yeah.
Have you ever
This has
asked your
helped a
mom?
lot.
See, my mom is hardcore about. I have a brother Michael and a brother Patrick. We all call them by their given names. My
Correct.
mom will never call one Mike or Pat because she did not name them that.
Yeah.
And some
Does
people do.
does anybody have a nickname in your family? It doesn't have to be an extension of a name, but is there any nickname at all?
No, other than a
Okay.
profanity that we yell at each other whenever,
Okay.
just no.
All
we don't
of
have
us-
nicknames.
All of us have nicknames. My mother has given all 4 of her children nicknames that she uses
Really?
more often than real names. Yeah, I don't know why. I
Did
guess
she
I'm not
regret
special,
the
though.
names she picked?
That may be possible. This is
Huh.
a good question to ask her someday. I'm not sure I'm prepared for the answer.
I name you after the child I wish I had.
What?
I'm actually named after a running back.
I thought you were named after Craig T. Nelson from Coach.
That would be cool too. Roger Craig is the person and then actually there was a Craig that was in the Olympics.
Wow. All right.
The
One.
goalie.
Jim
The
Craig, the goalie,
That
Jim
guy,
Craig.
That guy, yeah.
Was he a Russian hockey player?
Oh, he's an American hockey player.
That
For
beat
Russia?
the Russian hockey players.
That's weird. What is my siblings and I don't really have nickname fuel except for Zach. Like Jason doesn't have a nickname. Hannah doesn't have a nickname. Cody
Jason
doesn't
and Craig are perfect examples of the same thing. Why does Jason not have a nickname and Craig does?
because you can't put something on the end of Jason
Tom J. Bird.
unless
JJ.
You
it's
can't put anything on the end of Craig.
You can
And
put
yet-
Palooza.
Fit.
you can put
Palooza
up
on there.
Palooza. Yeah, says the tie-dye guy over here in the room next door, virtual reality. Let's go, dude. I can see you. What up, Brian? What up, Brian?
Oh my God.
Hey,
This is the part where I always know if we wait long enough, he's going to lose his mind. So you just
I'm
bide
not
your time
high.
because Cody comes out quiet. He sits back.
Mhm.
He bides his time,
Or he
And
doesn't
then-
show up.
or he doesn't show up. And then then he just loses it. Puts on his fake virtual reality goggles and who knows what. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, Craig. I didn't.
It's fine.
I'll
No,
start
it's fine.
using I'll start using a nickname since it upsets you so much that nobody does.
Wonderful.
Yeah, boy,
Yeah.
I would have. I would have jumped on that a little earlier.
yeah. I
No,
will
it's fine.
only heretofore refer to you as the nickname Sean Connery gave you, which is Craig Tober, because it's objectively a great name.
I'll just call you T. Nelson
And on May
or
Day,
Nelson. I'll just call you
On-
Nelson.
Coach is a good show. I'm okay
That's-
with that.
really okay.
You miss a good Bill Fegerbacke coming down the pike. He was like a one show hit wonder. Then he was gone.
Coda for
Can't believe I
Cody.
pulled out. I can't believe I pulled Fegerbacke out.
Really,
That's
honestly.
pretty good. Come on.
I actually have been called Code Man. Spike called me the Secret Code. No, that was my moniker. Everybody knew me as the Secret Code on WGN for like years.
Is that
I
because
think
it was
Dave-
a secret if you actually worked there because you never showed up?
Yeah, but
much like here. I am thrilled that you've given us this gift now, Cody. I wish it had happened sooner in our friendship, but you are definitely the secret code from now on, as I know
Yes.
you.
I'm down. Yeah, that's good. My sisters come up with random nicknames like Coder or like stuff, but like Code Man stuck with a couple
Coder.
people. I don't know. I never really had a
Codopolis.
nickname with any of my ex girlfriends or anything.
Hey, I've never had a nickname either.
Yeah.
I mean, Debbie
Do you
calls me a
guys
jerk,
want them?
jerk and an a-hole, but you know, that's really.
Would you
all there-
want one, Noonan? And
No,
that's
why would I
kind
want-
of a nickname.
Why do I? Noonan's my real name.
I know, but it's
Noonan's
using.
my last name.
I'm aware, but using it instead of your first name, isn't that kind of like a nickname? When we do that
Everybody
to
at
people?
school. There's not one person at school who calls me by my first name.
Right. But that's
Everybody
not-
calls me Noonan.
That's not the appropriate way to speak to people. So isn't it kind of a nickname, even if it is your real name?
I don't think your real name can be a nickname.
But it's not your real first name.
Like John Weideman and Troy Murray always called me Noons. That was like
Well, that's definitely a
which I
nickname,
liked it
yeah.
because that was my hockey nickname. That's if I was on the
Yeah.
Blackhawks, that would have been my nickname.
Noons.
Yeah, Noons, which was
Because there
fine.
was already a Blackhawk named Noonan.
There was already
I
a Brian
want-
Noonan who was a Blackhawk. Yes.
Yeah.
I want the chat to weigh in on this. If you call someone by their last name instead of their first name, is that a nickname? Yes or no?
No, it's
I
a
feel
sign of
like it is.
disrespect.
It depends
Disrespect?
It depends on the
And then-
last name.
The military only calls people by their last name.
Noonan's a good last name. To be
It is a
used as
great
first
last name. I love my last name.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it.
Collins doesn't feel good. When people say Collins, that doesn't feel good.
To who?
To me, to this guy, to this
What
guy
does
right
that-
here.
What is your last name? What do you want it to be?
It's different than Noonan. Noonan hits good
Craig-
as a name.
Gregory James? Do you need
What?
a radio name?
What does feel good? Point
Craig
To where?
Craig Topolis Jones?
point to where it feels good, so that we don't offend
It doesn't feel good here. This is where it
Oh.
doesn't feel good.
in the
Well,
forehead.
Tell it to
Yeah.
move down a
Now
little bit.
inside there.
Oh, inside your noggin.
Mhm.
Now, did you talk to your mom about that too? This
I did.
is
Yeah,
again, this
We've
is
had a wide
therapy
ranging-
talk.
it is. I don't know what's happening on the show.
That's all right. We got we've all been spilling the beans. Last week we learned
Yeah.
that you're both smooth as a baby's behind. But this week we've learned that Craig has mommy issues, which is that's all right. I enjoy all of this. I think people like to learn about us.
I have a sword.
So-
Oh,
we
have a
knew that.
sword.
what do I have?
You're like,
Oh, hold on.
it's like, honest
have a
to
wrench.
God,
I don't know why. I have.
I have
one.
scissors.
Hey, there you go. This was in my luggage. I don't know why I took this.
Were you going to trade school?
Maybe I
Correct.
anticipated some sort of difficult thing I had to repair. I don't
Wow.
know.
And they let
I
you
know.
through with it? Was it in your checked
Yeah.
bags or carry-ons?
Yeah, there's no problem. No problem whatsoever.
Well, sure, you can always bring a wrench. What are you going to do? Unscrew the wing? Otherwise, loosen up this bolt a little bit, Captain. Whoosh. Why do you have a sword? Why are you still holding it?
Isn't it obvious?
No, that's why I asked.
Oh well.
Hey,
Okay.
Craig has a new show debuting.
I'm not
Monday,
holding
3
it
to 6
anymore.
on WMBD. That's NBD.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
See how
expect
easily
something.
it rolls out
Expect something very different than this.
the Craig-Topher Collins show.
Yes. Oh, don't do that.
Look, it's Tuesday. We're having fun.
Tuesday. Yep.
People are watching. They're like, "This is pretty fun," you know.
Yeah.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
All right. Anything else? You guys got any? Cody, you got anything? You got anything non-trollish for us?
You characterized me as a troll. I think that is a little. I consider myself a chaotic, neutral element to the show. I'm like Chick on the Bob and Tom show.
You're a provocateur.
But am I
love that description? Can you? What is it? Go again. A
chaotic
what now?
neutral? Chaotic neutral.
Element to the show.
Yeah.
Can you be a chaotic neutral? Aren't those opposites?
No, in Dungeons and Dragons, there's an alignment chart. There's good,
Well,
neutral, and evil, and then there's lawful, neutral, and unlawful. So chaotic is in the middle, and neutral is in the middle. Right? So,
But you
like,
never mentioned chaotic as you were running down this list of nerd terms.
You've now given me a new first question for all of my producer interviews. I'm looking for a chaotic, neutral element to my show. Do you think you fit that bill?
Brian.
And if they answer, they are out.
What
is your name?
One of my favorite segments we ever did on the air was around Christmas time on the overnights. Like the second year I was with you, and I had been reading all the Game of Thrones books, and I just started talking in like the ye old English and talking about like drinking milk of the poppy. And it was totally absurd. And it was mostly Roger laughing and then you making fun of it, but it was great. So I'm providing you with material. It's what I've always done, really.
You have always done it. Listen.
Yes.
So much.
Hilarious.
But I should be better at everything I do.
I'm teasing. No, you're fine. Cindy has a question.
No.
Cindy has a question for Craig. Will your show be political or like your old show? Craigstopher.
There will be coverage of the news of the day, and the news of the day happens at times to be political. So there will be more news than you remember on my WJBC show. But we'll see as we go.
Very good.
Yeah. Good talk.
Well, it was a legit question. I don't think she was trying to put you on the spot. Neither were we. It was like, what kind of show are you going to be doing? Yeah. Will it be puppets? What's happening? I think that was a legit question.
Puppets. Yeah.
Wow, that'll be good. Puppets doing the news. Puppets covering the news of the day.
Right.
And then the governor said this. Well, man, that was crazy, wasn't it? I don't know who that was, but he was talking about the governor. He's your Springfield bureau chief.
I'm gonna try. By the way, what was that ringtone we heard earlier? Whose phone was that?
That was my phone.
What is that ringtone you have?
The old-fashioned phone ring.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, because it's my landline. I've got a crank phone on the wall so I can get a hold of Ethel down at the transmission center. Yeah, get Stuart 35517 on the horn for me right away.
Does that ring go over well in public when people hear it? If people hear your phone ring, okay.
Well, I almost never have the ring around, but I'm waiting for a call. I'm in line for a state agency. You can't talk to anybody. You have to leave your number on, and supposedly they call you back in the order that you've left your number. They supposedly start calling at 7:30 a.m. and call till whatever. Well, they won't be calling now, so I can turn the ringer off. But I have to have the ringer on in case they call, because if you miss the call, you're SOL. You're done. So I'm like, ugh. So yeah, that's I'm embroiled in some interagency controversies.
I didn't ask that question, so I love that answer happened. The question I asked you,
I can't answer that question because I don't have it on in public.
Oh, it never happens.
It never happens.
Okay.
I never have my ringer on except for these last couple days when I'm waiting for this call.
I enjoyed it. I was intrigued by the sound of it because I don't think I've ever had a cell phone with that specific ringer. I enjoyed it. I was also confused.
What confused you? Oh, you've never heard that sound before?
No, I did for a split second, because we're doing this video chat style, think maybe you did have an old style phone in your home. I did question whether or not it was a cell phone.
There's a good chance. There's a good chance I have a landline.
I mean, honestly, you wear a bow tie everywhere you go. If you had a landline, it would be old style, I would assume. Exactly correct.
Know what I need? I need a custom ringtone for you, Craig, because Brian and I don't talk on the phone. That's not a thing we do. But we talk on the phone.
I have tried to talk to you on the phone, and it is always the most uncomfortable thing ever. One, because you've every time I've called you on the phone, it's like, how did you get this number? That's the tone you give. You're like, hello, what? It's always the weirdest thing. And I've only called you a handful of times, and each time I'm like, Cody's one of these guys who doesn't want to talk on the phone. He is
upset. He is upset you haven't. He has complained that you have his cell phone before.
That I've called his cell phone?
No, I'm kidding. I'm teasing.
No, listen. I'm kidding. That's why we text.
Totally a joke.
I text him when I'm out in front of his house. I don't even call him then.
You could call me.
It's very uncomfortable for all of us. Let's be honest.
Just sound awkward. I give off an air of awkwardness. I think I've demonstrated that for enough years at this point. But it's not because I feel awkward. I feel great. I love phone calls. They're good. I answer weird because I'm weird. That's all.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for your weirdness.
All right. Well, I got to give you both a custom ringtone because I gotta tell you, I love when my phone rings and it's a custom tone because I know who it is right away. I have a custom tone for my wife, and every time it goes off, I'm like, "Oh, it's my wife's theme song," and it's like WWE entrance music. And I would make yours the Big Show, Brian. Craig, I don't even know what Craig's would be. What
I think
song
mine should be The Sound of Silence because you're never going to have to hear it.
It's the theme from the Avengers, obviously. Oh my God, of course. Oh, because I saw the Avengers, Craig, Brian, not to put him in a comic like echelon above you. It's because I literally saw the Avengers with him.
You actually didn't though.
Well, we saw Captain America. We saw a couple Marvel movies together. One was Captain America.
We saw Civil War, which felt like an Avengers movie, but it wasn't an Avengers movie. It was Captain America: Civil War.
Well, but you know why it was
to the Avengers movies.
Correct.
No, you know why that was a thing, right? It was because of the contract with Chris Evans and the contracts with all the Marvel stars. And I think it was Robert Downey Jr. He had signed on to only do a certain number of Avengers movies. So they had to call Civil War a Captain America movie. That's the only reason they did it, is to get around his contract. Yeah.
I did not know that.
So it was an Avengers movie, really. It was my favorite of the whole Marvel deal. Civil War for me was it.
It has my favorite moment, but it's not my favorite movie.
What's your favorite moment? When Spider-Man shows up?
Yep. The Spider-Man introduction was handled so well. It's so well done. He's such a good casted character, too.
Oh, he's a great Spider-Man. He is a great Spider-Man.
Every part of it, yes.
Got the new one coming up?
The best movie is actually the saddest one. That's the best movie. Infinity War is the best movie, I think.
Yeah.
It moves so fast. It's such a fast movie. And at the end, the bad guy wins, which is shocking, even though we all knew it was going to get changed. If you watch it as just one movie, it has the most shocking ending and the quickest pace. If you watch it for the first time, you're not bored the whole time. That's the best
true.
movie.
But I cried at Endgame. I did not cry at Infinity War.
I would say Endgame might be the best movie if you're just judging it based on movies outside of superhero ones. This is now I'm diving deep. I think that it's the most well done movie, but it's not the best superhero movie.
I thought it was there's only two movies that I would say this about, the perfect way to wrap up either a series or like this, the first canon of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Endgame wrapped it up perfectly and sent you off in the new direction. And Rocky Balboa, I thought, ended that perfectly. And then they screwed it up by bringing it back in Creed. Rocky Balboa was like the perfect, we're going to bring it back. We know, but we're going to wrap up the story. And it's going to end, and he's going to walk off into the sunset, and that's it. And I was like, that was perfect. And then he's back.
Five was atrocious. And then wasn't there a movie called just Balboa before Rocky Balboa? Wasn't there another one? Aren't there 7? I feel like there are. Is Balboa Rocky Balboa? No?
Yeah, Rocky Balboa is the
only other one. So there's just the 2 Creed movies then.
Right. Yeah. Craig, you might be thinking of Rocky Balboa then Creed because they came out somewhat closely. But no, there was just and did you hear, by the way, on the topic of perfect wrap-ups, I would say Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. Now, because I watched all of the original series in order with my wife, and then we watched the movies, and I legit cried at the end of 6. Like, it destroyed me, and it was like the perfect ending. And I don't think I can ever bring myself to watch Star Trek Generations ever again, because they kind of bring back the old cast just to ruin everything. So Star Trek 6, perfect. But Brian and Craig, to the point about Rocky, did you hear about Sylvester Stallone and Rocky versus Ivan Drago? During the pandemic, Sylvester Stallone started to recut Rocky 4, and he's calling it Rocky versus Drago. And it's going to be the Stallone cut of Rocky 4. What is wrong with you? You don't like that?
No.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It can't be
It
worse than
depends
the
on how
first.
it goes.
The first
If
one's
he
like a
dies,
music
he
video,
dies.
basically. If he dies, he dies. Iconic lines. There's great moments,
I
but most
like
of it's a
4
music
more
video.
than most people do. No, there's things about 4 I like. Even
I
at the
love-
end when he's giving the speech.
Yeah, I liked him training in Siberia. There was a lot of the whole James Brown thing. It's like, okay, stop. Why do we have a 5-minute James Brown performance in the middle?
Yeah,
that's too much.
too many montages, but otherwise, great film. So
great is great's going
if he
too far.
dies, he dies.
Right, that's one great line. It's a 95-minute trek to get to that one line. I would say Rocky 1 is a great movie.
Well, yeah.
The original Rocky is fine. 2, I don't know how he went from kind of stupid to the dumbest thing to ever walk on 2 legs in 2.
But he won.
He won in 2, yes.
Yeah.
And then 3, of course, you bring Clubber Lang in. Ms. Balboa wants to come with a real man.
And Thunder Lips.
Ultimate Man. Thunder Lips, the ultimate man. So that was, but then it's, as you said, Craig, 5 was atrocious.
What's more of a disappointment, Rocky 5 or The Godfather Part 3?
Godfather 3.
Right, because you had this expectation that was like the Rocky movies, they're not on the same.
Right, the Rocky movies had already started going. You went from Godfather, suddenly Godfather 2 exceeds the original.
Right.
And then you're like, all right, 3 is going to be what it should have been to wrap everything up. And
but even Rocky
they should have
1,
left it alone.
Even Rocky 1, if you judge it on a Godfather scale, it's not a 10 out of 10 movie. It's not up there. Even the first one is not as good as either of those films.
I don't think
really?
I don't think it's fair to compare it to The Godfather, but I think it was a perfect movie. It was a true underdog story. Didn't have the romantic ending that everybody thought it was going to have. He didn't win at the end. He achieved the goal that he wanted. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And there was nothing glamorous about him or his life or anything. I loved it. I think it's perfect.
If you were to be given the chance to watch one last movie before you die, what movie is it?
Spaceballs. No hesitation. Spaceballs 1,000%.
You've got to be kidding. You have to be kidding.
No, Spaceballs is the funniest movie ever made. I have 100,000.
It's not even the funniest Mel Brooks movie.
What is wrong with you? Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What is the funniest Mel Brooks movie, dare I ask?
Not that movie.
Don't you dare say Blazing Saddles.
Young Frankenstein. Young Frankenstein.
No, Young Frankenstein
Silent movie.
What?
Silent movie. Mel Brooks' silent movie.
I've never seen that.
Well,
I feel like there's interviews with Mel Brooks. I feel like there's interviews with Mel Brooks that are funnier than Spaceballs.
You are the worst human. When's the last time you saw Spaceballs?
It's been a little bit.
Spaceballs induced labor in my wife. Literally, we watched it and she laughed so hard she went into labor and then we had a baby. That's how good that movie is. Wow. That's a thing that happened.
Maybe she thought she was throwing up and she went into labor.
No, dude. Spaceball. Are you serious right now? Spaceballs is definitely better than Blazing
Spaceballs is funny.
Saddles.
No, I didn't say that it wasn't funny.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I think there's Mel Brooks interviews that are funnier than that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I mean, Mel Brooks is great. Dink, 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 dink. Dude, I could quote you most of the movie, almost the entire movie, actually.
Please do.
It's so
let's
good.
Just do that. I am on Thursday and Friday on WIBC in Indianapolis. That is accurate.
That is accurate because somebody asked in the chat. Somebody wanted to know. Are you on? So yes, you are. That's Eastern time. In case I get corrected again this week. EST.
5 to 8 Central. Yes.
I'm not putting that. Putting 6 to 9 Eastern. Because Indianapolis is in the Eastern time zone.
And they appreciate that.
I only put local times.
Yeah.
Wherever you're broadcasting. That's what you get plugged for.
What's Cody doing? What's Cody doing?
Having a stroke.
I was going to say, in the chat, Mike said Mortal Kombat 2021, best movie ever. I don't know if that's ironic or not. I'm watching that over Memorial Day weekend when I visit a friend, and we're all going to watch that movie together on HBO Max. So
I hit play on that movie last evening, and Betty hit stop. So I didn't get through that movie, but I want to see it very badly too.
I have no desire to watch that, but I did watch Godzilla versus Kong
fantastic. It was
Horrible.
fantastic. No, you're totally wrong, Noonan.
You could
The
not
fact that
be
it-
more deluded.
Well, these
The
realities
fact that
sure vary, don't they?
They do. That was nice. The fact that it was free and on my television is the only reason I consumed it. I would never have gone to a movie theater and watched those things. But the graphics of it and the fighting between the two was entertaining. I had a wonderful time. I didn't pay attention to the storyline. I didn't care about the acting in between. The fighting between those two realistic looking monsters, that I wish I went to more movies like that.
I will give you that. I will grant you that when Godzilla and Kong were engaged in battle, it was great. But then Godzilla would just go away. And then Kong would go lay down.
You can't
and then
fight for 2 hours straight.
Well, they padded it with all the other garbage. Some world in the middle of the world and anti-gravity. And for some reason, you know, they referenced the last Godzilla movie. I was like, wait, I didn't see the last Godzilla movie. How is this not a standalone? Why do I need to know something about a Titan from before? And then
they went to the center of the earth where other ridiculous monsters were, then emerged from the center of the earth to continue their battle, Noonan. This was one of the best movies that was ever created.
And then they had to team up to fight a robot Godzilla. I was like, what?
Right.
Awful.
They had Mechazilla within the movie too.
Brian, are you not up on the GCU, the Godzilla Cinematic Universe?
N to the O.
Wow.
I am cannot.
Yeah.
No, I was watching it in the middle of the night. Yeah, I felt dumber for having watched it, and that's hard for me. It's really hard for me to feel dumber.
You watched
than I
it
normally
wrong.
do.
You watched it wrong.
I watched it like a movie, and I was like, "What the hell's going on here?"
That's the wrong way to watch it. You shouldn't. You should just watch it like a WWE match.
Well, then why don't they just release
the entertainment?
They should just release the clips of the monsters fighting. I'd watch that for a half hour. That would have been great. If it was a short, I would have watched it. I would have gone, that was the greatest fight ever.
The lull made me wait for the next, like it actually built the anticipation for the next fight. I think that it was good that it lulled in.
I was having trouble because they kept telling me they had they had beef from forever, and they never explained why the two of them had beef. And then Kyle Chandler was supposed to be in it, but he was in it for like 48 seconds. And Eleven from Stranger Things was supposed to, and she was she was in Tokyo with these two other people. I don't know.
You were listening to the words they said. That was a terrible way to watch that movie. Don't listen to any of the words they said. Just ignore those, pretend it's in another language, and then watch them fight each other. It's great.
At least in another language, they'd subtitle it so I could keep myself busy reading.
Wow.
It's like a Transformers movie. If you go into a Transformers movie not caring about any of the plot, you have a much better time.
The Transformers movies gave me horrible headaches. Those were the loudest movies ever released.
Yeah.
They hurt my head.
Ugly, hideous to watch those action sequences. You couldn't tell what was going on. Has Michael Bay ever heard of a medium shot or a long shot? No, just extreme close-ups. Okay, cool. Oh, look at this awesome shot of like an elbow hitting the grill of a car placed somewhere on a robot's body? ? Like you literally can't tell what's going on. It's like if I did the whole show like this.
I feel bad that the two of you don't experience enough joy in your lives, because really those are just joyful experiences and you don't need to pay attention to any of the words that they say.
No, it's not about the words. You must be immune to seizures. Like you literally cannot, you can't see anything. It's impossible.
Wait, what about Transformers 2? There's gratuitous shots of Megan Fox as well.
That's the first one.
Is that the first one? I think I was getting confused.
Is she also in the second one? Whatever happened to her?
No, I'm not talking about the car. I'm talking about the motorcycle.
No, Megan Fox is a woman, not a motorcycle.
Megan Fox is now with Machine Gun Kelly. She left the guy from 90210.
Machine Gun Kelly is a better musical artist than I think he is.
I have no point of reference because I look at him and I go, this guy wants to be Tommy Lee.
No, I know. He looks like a douche canoe.
He does. He looks like a douche barge.
Right.
Much bigger than a canoe. This guy's
but his music's not so bad.
Is it right?
I think so.
I'll have to check it out. Listen, I'm wide open. I'm open to try new things.
There you go.
Not really. I'm not going to listen to Machine Gun Kelly. All right. Sit outside, get high, we'll listen to Machine Gun Kelly.
Right. Yeah. Don't you need to smoke with the missus at some point? That sounds like a perfect evening.
That's still been, that's still been being discussed. Now Molly wants in. Molly wants in on it. It's gonna. That doesn't seem like a heartwarming family gathering.
I don't know. A little Machine Gun Kelly and a family that's token up. That sounds pretty great to me.
Dude, everyone do a 5 milligram edible and turn on Spaceballs, and you'll have the best night you've ever had. You will laugh so hard, you'll all die.
I love to laugh at movies, sober and drunk. But I did not. I did not enjoy Godzilla versus Kong. To answer your question, I would watch I'd have to have a double feature for my last movies. It'd be Cool Hand Luke and The Other Guys.
Oh, I
drama
like
and comedy.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know we could do the double feature.
Well, you set the rules and I broke them. You just asked what was the last movie. Last movie would probably it'd probably be Cool Hand Luke or The Color of Money.
Shawshank Redemption.
That's so basic. Why don't you have a White Claw while you watch it?
I was gonna say that it would be Infinity War, but I didn't want to say that, so I just came up with something else in my brain.
You can say
Infinity
that.
War there's Betty. Hi, Betty.
Hey, Betty. Hey, Betty.
For my drama.
Congrats on the new house.
For my drama.
This isn't that.
For my drama, I would
That's not Betty? What, do you have a hooker in
there?
No,
that is Betty. Betty, come back. Now he's accused you of being a hooker.
No, I didn't accuse Betty of being a hooker. I thought you said, no. No, I did not. No, I did not. Stop it. Take that back.
He accused me of having a hooker in the room, honey.
Because you said that's not Betty.
Yeah, he accused you, not her.
I accused you of having a hooker. I didn't accuse Betty of being a hooker.
You said congrats on the new house. I said this is not that, meaning we're not in the new house. I don't know why my brain responded that way, but it did.
I know you're not in the new.
I know you know. I know you know.
We've talked about you being in a hotel about 17 minutes.
Right, I know.
Right.
Wait,
well,
so you
gotta come back so they don't think it's a hooker.
So you bought a hotel? That's insane.
Wow. Well, that's better than Matt Damon. He just bought a zoo.
Yeah, the money's good in Peoria, guys.
Yeah, God, that's great. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Wait,
he's the Monopoly guy.
Right. I only bought one room. I only bought one room in the hotel, though, actually.
Marta said that went so badly very, very quickly. Yes, it did. Because Craig told his wife that I accused her of being a hooker, which is exactly what I did not do.
Betty, they're still questioning if you're a hooker. Sorry, go ahead.
Cody, you got to have my back on this.
Yeah, I did. Look, no, speaking of celebrities, because you just mentioned Matt Damon, and we were talking about Rocky. What do you guys think of the whole Jake Paul fight?
We're at 9:00. That's the question. I don't know if I can.
That's going to take a much longer time.
Will it?
Do you mean the next one? Is the next one coming up, or the one he won a little while back?
Did they schedule one?
There's probably going to be another one. He doesn't fight real fighters. He doesn't. I know that the other guy. I know he's a UFC fighter, but he was retired. He had not fought at all in 18 months or something. He trained for a very short amount of time and got.
He was just cashing the check.
Also, because UFC guys don't move their head as much. Apparently, boxing has a tremendous advantage when the rules are the way they are against UFC guys because they don't bob, so he could hit him easier. So it's still cheap. All of it's cheap. He's got to fight an actual boxer. He's going to get his ass kicked, and then we're not going to talk about him anymore.
All right. I love your take, Craig. That was an excellent take. It's like you should have a full-time job in radio and buy a house with the money you're making. That was awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. Filling it in one market and broadcasting in another market. And Sally says Betty's going to throw a shoe at me because of Craig's comment, which
she is.
Again, I will go to my grave. We'll play this back. We're going to play this back a million times.
I also like Mike's take. Jake Paul is a douche oil tanker. He
is a giant D bag.
Do we celebrate it? Do we celebrate oil tanker?
No. Unless you want to. Do we want to?
No, it's fine.
All right, no, it's got to be the other one. Either that or it's going to turn, it's going to turn into this. Oh no, that's just the background. We want something that moves.
That feels
And after that brief interlude, let's start wrapping things up.
Brian.
I wish we had all just been done. I wish it had ended there.
Well, we have to say goodbye. We have to tell people to listen to you Thursday and Friday on WIBC from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern time. Don't put it in the chat. I said Eastern. Figure it out. You're all grown-ups. You can listen to Cody every day on the Curiosity Daily podcast. That is at curiositydaily.com. You can hear me on Saturday from 4 to 5:30 on WTMJ in Milwaukee at 6:20 a.m. And don't forget Craig's brand spanking new show featuring dolls and puppets and hookers and the news of the day, all wrapped into one fantastic show. It premieres Monday from 3 to 6 p.m. on WMBD. That's NBD, as Cody likes to say, for The Undertaker and Craig. Anybody else have anything we need to hit before we go?
You crushed it, man.
Listen, we're just
Until next week, everyone, rest in peace.
Bye.
Goodbye.